Welcome to this video on Booleans. And Booleans is another data type that we learn in the course. And this is binary. It can take just two different values. And these are truth values, actually just true and false. True if a condition was satisfied. Yeah, I'm older than 18. That's a condition that was satisfied. I'm a female. That's a condition that's not satisfied, so we're leading to a false. And these questions I'm asking, these conditions I'm setting are very important for another control flow. So Booleans are actually always going to be true or false, depending on a condition that was satisfied or not. Booleans can also be assigned manually to a variable as follows. I can just write a variable name equals true. True needs to be capital, and then the Python interpreter sees that you are actually having not a string, there are also no single quotes here, so it's going to detect that as a bool. And as you can see, it's italics, it has a different syntax highlighting, and this you can also do that with the value of false, of course. So also these Boolean expressions, they are going to return such a bool. So if I'm going to write 1 is greater than 2, this was actually leading to a false because 1 is not greater than 2. This is a so-called Boolean expression, and the greater sign is a Boolean operator. There is also this kind of possibility. So you write something like 10 is smaller than the length of hello world. Hello world behaves in this situation like a list, so we get a length of, let me count the characters here, so we have actually 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters, and 12 characters is greater than 10, so actually we are getting a true here. So the internal wording of the Python interpreter is bool. Yeah, that's what the abbreviation is. So if I'm writing something like type 1 is greater than 2, again, this is a Boolean expression. There's a Boolean operator here leading to either false or true. In this case, it's a false, and we see that the data type, how Python would name it, is bool. So let's have a look on different Boolean operators. X equals y, that is actually a true if x equals y, if both were, for example, 1. We can also check for inequality, that becomes true if x and y are not the same. If they are the same, this would be a false. We can also check if x is greater than y, as we have seen it before. We can also check if x is smaller than y, also this is possible. We can check if x is smaller or equal to y. In this example, if both are the same, this would lead to a true. If you are just writing x smaller than y and x and y are the same, this is not leading to a true if you don't write smaller or equal to. And the same, of course, also for greater or equal. Some of the examples are shown here. We have 1.0 equals 1. We are comparing a float with an integer, and the question is that allowed? Yes, in Python it is. In other programming language it isn't. But here this is actually leading to a true. We have also the possibility to compare two strings. If they are the same, we are getting also true here. If we come up with something that is not equal to each other, of course it's a false. We have also a false here because it is case sensitive. A smaller case is not the same as a uppercase, so also getting a false here. So we can also check for inequality. If 1.1 is not equal to 1, that's true, it's not equal to 1. So we're getting true here. AB is not equal to A, also leading to a true. 1 not equal to 1 is actually leading to a false because they are actually equal to each other, and also this one is leading to a false. I guess you've seen the point how this works, so we are going to the next slide, numerical comparison. Comparing numerical values with the greater or smaller sign. 1 is greater than 1. This is actually not true. It would be true if we have greater or equal to, but in this case this is a false. We have 1 greater equal to 1, and now it leads to a true. 3 is smaller than 1. No, that's not true, so we have a false here. 3 smaller equal to 1, it's also leading to false. The length of this string is smaller than 10. I don't need to count the characters, it is, yes, so also leading to a true here. And the length of a list is also be possible, is smaller than 2.5. Again, we are comparing an integer with a float here because length is returning a integer. And in this case, the length is 3. 3 is not smaller or equal to 2.45, so also leading to a false. So we have our table of data types that we maintain throughout the course, and there is a new entry here for the Boolean. Boolean is short written as just bool, and these are binary truth values, can take the values true and false. And they are detected by the Boolean operators. So if the Python interpreter sees that you are going to type some text and you are not having it in single quotes, this will lead to an error. But if you come up with text without single quotes that is actually a true or a false, then Python automatically knows you have a Boolean. And let's try this out in the Jupyter notebook. So if I'm going to write my bool equals false, this is going to lead to an error because again, this is not defined as a variable. Python is looking for a variable here. But again, we need to have a capital F. And then you see there's also syntax highlighting going on, and we can have our bool. So if I'm going to type my bool, this is going to tell me we actually have a boolean, or in short, a bool here. So I can also come up with all the comparisons. 1 greater than 2 is not indeed greater, so we have a false here. 1 is smaller than 2 is leading to a true. And again, this is a Boolean, this is a type Boolean, as you can see here. So in the next video, we are going to have a look on some more advanced techniques regarding Boolean operations. We can also chain them together, and this is the content of the next video, so stay tuned.